Strange Black Beats.
through the shadows, we light the sun. Standing tall till the battle's won. Brick by brick, we build a fire. Every step a little higher. We shine, we shine, we shine so bright. Through the storm, through the fight. Haters fade, but we stay strong. Israel, we shine all night long. All night long. Israel, we shine all night long. All night long. Israel, we shine all night long. They whisper doubt, we roll our dreams through the cracks. come golden beams. Desert blooms where they see dry. Wings of hope, we touch the sky. Let them watch, let them stare. We rise up everywhere. We shine, we shine, we shine so bright. Through the storm, through the fight. Haters fade, but we stay strong. Israel, we shine all night long. All night long. Israel, we shine all night long. All night long. Israel, we shine all night long. Stars above us, hearts ignite. Every soul a piece of light. Through the struggle, through the pain, we break through like summer rain. Like summer rain. Yeah.
A big salute to the family, giving all praise to the Most High Yah, and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the beloved Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the CUC family. Shout out to my brother Sham. Big salute to Elder Beryl Walk, the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Faith, and also Elder Bro Tim, and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. I want to thank y'all for all y'all prayers for me and my family. Yeah, y'all brother KJ was down for the count. But through prayer, just keeping my head on the swivel, everybody is okay. I really got to do this live. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to speak my mind. And I know there's many things going on in the world, but that's the beauty of being able to articulate and talk about different things, even though many things are going on. That's why we touch on all things. We go from the Bible, prophecy, and we also talk about other things that may be affecting us as a people, or the way other people see us as a people. And the disrespect, a lot of people say, oh man, just don't say nothing about disrespect. But no, that ain't the way life works. Nobody should not be receiving disrespect just because of who they are and the greatness of who they are. See, greatness is a reflection of who you are as a people. And because you are Israel, the chosen people of Yah, and because through his comeliness and his countenance, your beauty shine and you shine. And the reflection from Yah's greatness shine through you. A lot of people don't like it. And this is where the disrespect is coming from, because you are above all people. You got to stop comparing yourself to other people or diminishing your greatness just so other people's feelings don't get hurt. Like I said before, greatness is a reflection of who you are. And if other people are so great at what they do and who they are, they would not be cosplaying or trying to diminish your contributions to society to uplift themselves. That's not greatness. I have never seen my people diminish anybody else's culture or what they stand for or what they claim to be great. According to their culture, we don't diminish them. Because I believe everybody have a right to their culture. Everybody have a right to enjoy the land that Yah has created for all nations. But the disrespect that comes at us who are directly in America, even though we are 12 tribes, and I salute all my brothers and sisters across these 4 corners of the earth. But nobody get disrespected more than the Black Americans that are here, which are Israelites, whom they call Black Americans. Another thing that I want to say, the Most High and Yahshua, you did not discontinue from a continent of Ham's land. You discontinue from your heritage. Not that you don't have a culture, not that you don't have a heritage, you just discontinue from it, meaning it's still in place, but you discontinue from it. But according to the world, you have no culture. And even though they don't understand our book or understand we have a language, a culture, a heritage, a history, even outside of that, of us discontinuing from our heritage, we have also contributed to this American society where we also cannot diminish the great things our ancestors done here, which is also on top of our original inheritance, our original culture that Yah gave us, our original language that Yah gave us. We still did great things in America that cannot be diminished, overlooked. So when people say we have no culture, you have to look at the mind that is coming from. I'm being real. Really look at the mind that is coming from. This is coming from the minds of people that are on the other side of the world, speaking on the people on this side of the world, whom they don't have much contact with, but the preconceived notion of what they're being taught on that side of the world, by the time they come here, they're already disrespectful. Now, do this go for all of them? No. But remember what I told you. Whoever the loud is in the room, that's too many people in the room, and that's what people are going to be swayed to. So if majority of them was positive and was respectful, that'd be the loudest in the room. But because we hear so much disrespect, that's the loudest in the room. Just like when people try to put us all together, like we monolithic and say, oh, black people this way, not understanding we think different, we act different. Even though we one people, we don't all think the same, act the same, dress the same, talk the same. But in their mind, we all the same. So as y'all been knowing, it's floating around everywhere. The disrespect that's coming from directly from them Hamites. They are the worst when it comes to disrespect. And they speak on us as if they know us. And I'm so sick of this. We this one people, or you come from us, and without us, you wouldn't be anything. Let me tell you something, Ham. Not only do I not come from you, how can I be compared to some that I'm greater than? Show me the reflection of your greatness that dominates the world, that all people are flocking and mimicking what you do. How can my people be compared to something they greater than? I need to see the reflection of your greatness, because all I see is the reflection of my greatness coming out of your mouth. Can somebody please show me one thing? Just one. One thing that you can name right now in the chat that you know Ham to be grateful. Just one. And I'm asking this honestly, because since they won't respect us, I'm going to force you to respect us by going upside your head with facts. I need to know, show me a reflection of greatness coming from Ham that my people have tried to mimic. The reason why Ham is mad, because he's not the standard of the world. The global culture that all people mimic is coming directly from America, from the Black Americans. And this is called jealousy and envy. So I got a couple of videos that I want y'all to see. And I'm going to touch on these videos, but I'm going to let it play all the way through and then I will touch on it. But we have to understand, family, that Yah did not miss words when he say, you are above all people. Skin color does not make us the same. The nation of Israel is one people, one body under the Most High and Yahshua HaMashiach. Last time I checked, Yah gave Jacob 12 sons. And from those 12 sons come the children of Israel. Ham had his children. We do not come from Ham's children. We come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You mean to tell me when we fled to the continent of Africa and we were sold from the continent of Africa, out of all these different peoples and languages, the European knew directly who to come get. The Africans who helped sell us to the Europeans, who the Africans knew who we were, diverse culture, languages, and laws, different from theirs. But now, all of a sudden, we the same. When we have never been the same in no point in time in history, but now we the same. Now let's have this camaraderie. Now let's be brothers and sisters. Family, let's keep it real. It has never been like that. It has never been like that, family. We have always been here in America, and by us understanding other people like those in Haiti, because I believe a lot of them are Hamites too, but I know our people in Haiti, our people in Jamaica. I know this. People in the UK, Latin America. So us being a people, we understood this, but I have never had a connection with Hamites. And it's not by accident. I've never been around Hamites or had a connection with them. And even when I have been in some of their stores, to buy some artwork or something, you could just feel the difference of the energy. We're not the same, man. No matter how many times people tell me we're not the same. We have a different culture. Their culture is not, that's their culture. We're not the same. We lived on their land. We was enslaved on a land of Ham, lived on that land, fled to that land, stayed there for thousands of years on that land, and was sold from that land. That's why it's called a transatlantic. Because if you get any map and you look at what the Atlantic Ocean and where it sit at, you will see where we were sold from. Even though the Most High in the Bible don't use words like oceans, he used rivers and seas. He don't use the word ocean. And then they changed all the names from the biblical names to like Atlantic, all these different names, Pacific. That's not in the Bible, y'all. So I'm just telling you that you were sold from the continent of Africa, which is Ham's land, but you don't come from Ham's land. And by Ham knowing this history, Ham say, no, you need to come back home because you come from us, and without us, you don't have no culture. And that's where this disrespect and disconnect coming from, because they really believe outside of them, we are nothing. We are nobody. We just, lost in America, wandering around and ain't doing nothing. And we know that ain't true, family. It's not true. Our ancestors, even out of slavery, have done so many great things and contribute so much to America that without you, there is no America. The only reason why America still has a pulse and she's breathing is because you are here. You are here. Every time people think of America, they think of Black American culture, not white American culture. When you look at the global scale of the world, the global scale of the world don't say African culture, they say Black American culture. And why you got your hair like that, Black American? Why you dress like that, Black Americans? Why you rapping like that, Black Americans? How you learn how to cook that, Black Americans? Boy, you sure can hit them notes. Yeah, I was watching videos of Whitney Houston. Man, why you want to play basketball, Michael Jordan? Why you want to run track? Shakur Richardson, Tyson Gay, Michael Johnson. The point that I'm telling y'all is that when you look at the global culture of all nations, you are the standard. Sister Eve did that video. We're the standard. We're the standard of the world. Now, all 12 tribes of Israel have our gifts and talents. So that's one thing about me. I'm talking directly to Ham. I'm not talking to my brothers and sisters in Haiti, Jamaica, the Caribbeans. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to Ham. I'm talking to you, directly to you, because I know that those are my brothers and sisters. So I'm not addressing them. I'm addressing you. You are the main one online, going from platform to platform, uploading your videos, being disrespectful, saying some of the most outlandish things about a people you have no connection to. You're not around. You don't live around. You can't even think for yourself. Everything that you tell me on your videos about Black Americans come from a movie, come from your mama, your daddy on the continent of Africa, them looking from all the way across there, looking all the way over here, looking at a TV show or a movie and coming up with a thought on who these people are. So you tell your kids when you go to America, don't deal with them Black Americans. Stay away from them because they're going to rob you, shoot you. They thugs, they criminals. The men ain't no good. The women ain't no good. They have no culture. They just a terrible people. Now, this is what you say, right? It's a terrible people. But the last time I checked, 54 countries, over 3,000 different dialects. The Europeans broke y'all up into all different type of sections and nations when Africa was just one big old tribe, right? Right now in Africa, you won't tell nobody this. Y'all beating each other up, fighting each other, having wars and destroying each other, and have the audacity to say that Black Americans can't stick together and come together. But y'all over there fighting right now with different dialects, different lands, different inheritance, different heritage, but y'all don't all get along. Y'all fighting each other right now, beating each other up, destroying each other, even putting people in captivity and slavery. That's what y'all doing on the continent. Why you don't tell the world? Why you don't focus on your homeland to get your homeland right? But your focus is so much on Black Americans when we over here getting our minds right, coming back to our Yah, restoring ourselves back to our own heritage, language, and culture. But you can't keep your lips off this people and all that's going on in your home. If you so great, why y'all can't come together and build back up your homeland? It's 54 countries of y'all. You mean to tell me y'all can't stand in solidarity and kick the white man out? You know why? Y'all love the white man. You have a white man's mind. Your words that come out of your mouth come from a Caucasian man based on his interpretation of a people that you see on the movie. You don't think for self. That's why I don't take y'all seriously. You run over here, but you so great and talk about how great Africa is, but you over here in America with me. If Africa is so great, all Africans should be in Africa with the greatness. But you over here in America, all y'all are running from that place because of poverty, wars. If it's so great, go home. Because in America, where my people at, I don't want to go nowhere else. You know why? Because I can't eat the food I love here. I can't be around the greatness of my people if I go somewhere else. Our culture is so vast and beautiful. Nothing else inspires me but my own people. Even though I know they great, they still inspired me, even though I know they already great. Because sometimes when you see greatness, you get a little kind of numb to it, to where you don't give it the reverence that it deserves because you know the person great. No. With my people, I know they great and they still inspire me. I'm not inspired by nothing you do, Ham. And it's not to diminish you, because I believe you deserve to have a culture, language, heritage. You deserve to have your homeland and a piece of land that God has given you on the earth. I'm talking about your mouth is reckless, and the things that you say, it cannot be validated. Where's this greatness? I just want to see a little bit of it. Just give me just one great thing that you known for globally that everybody can attach themselves to and say, we got this from Africa. What? We don't dress like you. We don't talk like you. We don't mimic you. We don't even diminish you. You diminish yourself. We don't diminish you. You diminish your own self. I have never heard my family, when I was coming up, talking bad about Africans. And I've never heard none of my family members have derogatory names for Africans. Not one. Not one. I never heard my mother. I never heard my uncles, my aunties, none of my relatives. We had no names for Africans. Like, we did not mock them. We did not try to mimic them. We wasn't disrespectful. Family. My family wasn't around no Hamites all my life. So why my mama gonna mock them? Why she gonna tell us to know? She didn't do none of that because she wasn't around them. But y'all parents raise y'all to have this mindset. Instead of telling you to be respectful, y'all are disrespectful because your parents are disrespectful. I'm not talking to all of Ham. If the shoe fit, put it on, man. If the shoe fit, put it on. If you can show me your greatness, because I cannot be compared, or my people cannot be compared, or Israel cannot be compared to a people that they are greater than. That's going backwards. We are greater than you, and I'm not taking it back. I'm not missing words. We are greater than you. You're not on our level when it comes to greatness. We don't mimic you. What do you have that we mimic? I just need to know. Somebody tell me, please. Somebody. Just tell me. What do we mimic that they have? See, these are the questions people need to ask them. What is the reflection of your greatness? See, I don't want to go back and forth with you. I want to get down to the point of asking this. If greatness is a reflection of a people, where is your greatness? Because the world see my people greatness. That's why the world mimic my people. That's why you got Asians wearing afros, Asians getting braids, Asians trying to rap like Black Americans, Asians trying to dress like Black Americans, the Latinos. I'm not talking about the black ones, the Afro, y'all know what I'm talking about. The Mexicans, the Hispanics, everybody around the globe, Ham, mimic Black Americans, not Ham. So where's your greatness? And show me a reflection of it, so I can say, oh, okay, I see you, Ham. You got me with that one. That is great. I have never seen anything that you have contributed to the world as far as greatness outside of mocking and talking bad about Black America. That's the only great thing that you probably have to your advantage that you just know how to talk bad about a people you don't know. Nobody even worry about you, Ham. Black Americans don't even worry about you. Y'all come here with the foolishness instead of being respectful and thanking us for what our ancestors did for you to even be able to come over here. It's called the Civil Rights Bill. All that fighting that my ancestors did, the tears, the bloodshed, the being incarcerated, not only for us, but for you to be able to come over here and make a better life for you and your family. But you have no appreciation for that because you was taught to be disrespectful. I want to show y'all something. Then I'm going to get out of y'all hair. I want to show a couple videos. I'm going to let these videos rock out, and then we're going to come back. Okay, here we go. Let me see. What do I want? I'm going to go to this one first. And I want y'all to listen closely. Now, this podcast is with Godfrey and this ex-football player right here. And the name of this podcast is called 154 Africa. Okay? 154 Africa. But guess who they always talking about? Black Americans. You know why? It's called 154 Africa. So you would think that they'll talk about all things pertaining to Africa, right? But that's not what it is. They talk about all things pertaining to Black Americans. And I'm about to show you right now. Listen to this.
That Black Americans, Black immigrants, we're one people. We have, yes, different struggles from different sides of the world, but all together we are united. So, you know, I hope that this discussion really helps to kind of end that. Yeah. And in some way, maybe in our lifetime, like we were able to see and experience a Black president like Barack Obama and the contributions for so many other Black Americans that we know about, so many Black immigrants who've made contributions. There is enough to go around everywhere for us to be together, and nothing ever takes away from the idea that the Black Americans who built the foundation and this horrible history in America, that nothing takes away the Black foundation that built this country. No doubt. And so this conversation is to be additive. It's to be able to highlight that we are diverse in the way we are, in the way we think, in the way we are. The Black card, gone away. This idea that there is only a monolith of being Black should be gone away, because we're so many. Just like we vary in height, in ideas, in skin complexion, we're so many. So we should embrace all of that. So this is
White on White Crime. Remember his book? White on White Crime. See, you guys kill each other too. The narrative of the lazy Black person did not happen before slavery. It happened right after. And so prior to slavery, the narrative was they're dangerous and we have to enslave them. Otherwise, they will kill themselves and everybody around them. After the Emancipation Proclamation, that's when the narrative of the lazy enslaved person, the lazy Black person came about. Prior to that, just think about it. It would be virtually impossible to call the enslaved lazy when they're working 7 days a week, sun up to past sundown. It would be cognitively impossible to lay that on them.
Well, that's what, see, because my understanding of the history has been that slave owners utilize that mind trick to be able to say, hey, we need them to keep going. So if you're working 13, 15, 16, 17, 18 hours, y'all lazy. I'm going to keep saying with me and keep justifying that I need you to turn this thing over faster when you can only. So that then morphed into what we know, post, Reconstruction, where it turned into a way to then be able to control, obviously, the way we were and the way we produced. You know what I mean? So
it's like the bootstrap thing. You guys got to pull yourself up. I say,
I hate
first of all, Black people have been pulling themselves up. Black Americans have towns that have been burned up because a white woman said she got raped.
Yep.
You got Lanier, the town of Lanier, which is there's 7 black towns that are drowned underwater.
And it's scary because people be dying at Lake Lanier all the time.
They die from spirits dragging them in.
Yeah.
So they've flooded black neighborhoods with rivers. They have Seneca Village. Now it's Central Park in New York.
The 10 freeway. The 10 freeway right here used to be West Adams, filled with the most important black people in America.
They build freeways through black neighborhoods. They put black people on toxic dumps. You got the Dulles Airport. That was a black town. DC, that was a black town. So black people have built their own. They had their banks. They had their hospitals. The white people came and burned them So black people have been working hard all the time. They just come and they f it up.
But again, the narrative wins. The narrative that black people, even when you give all those data points, the narrative of the lazy black Americans still exists. But remember, it's not just a narrative. We have to talk about the fact that all of these images are being sent out deliberately to maintain that narrative.
That's right.
When I work overseas and I turn to whatever American station is on the TV there and I see what movies are they showing over here? What images of Black America are being exported to Eastern Europe? And I've been on every continent in the world except Antarctica. And every time I'm there, I do an assessment of what images are being exported. And they're consistently images of Black criminality, Black clowns, Black laziness. And so it makes sense that if your first experience with Black Americans are criminals and clowns, of course you're going to frown on them.
And that's going to spread throughout. And this is why even Eddie Murphy talked about this with Boomerang.
Yes.
You know, it was very, very difficult for people to go, wait, this is a whole world where, A, you don't have any white people in this movie.
Not even the office manager?
Where's the white guy?
Right. And so, but not even that, like just, you know, you're looking at a bunch of successful Black people and they interact. And it was like, that was weird.
That's why I went to an HBCU. It was 4 years without racism.
Now I'm gonna stop it right here because I want to go to the next video. I just wanted the part when the guy said we all the same. Now this is my question to the world. When was Hamites hung from trees? When did Hamites lose their tongue, their heritage, and their culture? When was Hamites shot down with water hoses, dogs sicked on them? When did Hamites, when were Hamites scattered to the four corners of the earth? The last time I checked, Hamites and their children are still in their homeland. And when they have children, they are taught that culture, that language, and that heritage. And by the time they come to America, guess what? It is passed down to them from generation to generation. They have never discontinued from their heritage. But this guy just say we all the same. Y'all see what I'm saying, family? I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from is this. We can't all be the same. When he just said we have different struggles. No. We didn't just have different struggles, sir. We are the only people that went through chattel slavery that is still going on today. When you look at the news in America, when you look at the news, you don't hear about Hamites being shot down by cops. You don't hear about Hamites being harassed by cops. You never discontinue from your heritage because you have a seat in the United Nations. You get to go before, Senates, UN, and speak on behalf of Africa, your people. We don't have that. You have military who can fight for you. We don't have that. We can't be the same, sir. Even if you say we have different struggles, we are not the same, sir. We are not the same. Once my people understand to reject your notion that we just one big happy family, which is a lie, We have never been one big happy family. If anybody can show me in history, I stand corrected right now. Show me in history where Black Americans and Africans have been one happy family. Because the last time I checked, when Mandela came over here, he said, I'm here on behalf of Africa, my people. He didn't come over here on behalf of all Black people. He came over here on behalf of his people, which was Africans. And he got a right to do that. And now, all of a sudden, when we say, no, we standing on behalf of Black Americans, and for me, being an Israelite, the rest of my brothers and sisters, now the world in the uproar. Now they telling us we wrong for just want to be around our own kind. But Africa been around his own kind on the continent and nobody said nothing. But now all of a sudden, because Black Americans don't want to be connected to nothing that Ham talking about, now Ham in his feelings. Y'all have to understand that the Most High bless you with a culture, and you are so great as a people, you also created a culture right here in America that the whole world mimic. So y'all didn't have a problem with it, so why Ham do? You didn't think that y'all was going to allow your greatness to be reflection to the world? You didn't think that y'all wasn't going to allow your gifts and talents to be the standard of the world? That they going to know by who you are and what they see you are the children of God? You didn't think he was going to allow you to be displayed in front of the world so they can know these are God's people, man? Look how great these people are. Look how talented these people are. Look how God blessed these people, man. There is nobody more spiritual than you. That's why we use that term. They have a lot of zeal, but not according to knowledge. Because y'all know you're a spiritual people. Sometimes it's just misguided in wrong direction. But at the end of the day, you are a spiritual people. A lot of zeal. Sometimes not according to knowledge, but a lot of zeal. Because it's embedded in you to have that type of fire and zeal. It's been misguided through religion, through captivity, through discontinuing from our heritage. This never happened to Ham, y'all. And once our people can see this, I'm asking the right questions. I'm going to ask again. Please show me when Ham discontinued from his heritage. I'm asking. Can anybody show me when he discontinued from his heritage? And I stand corrected. Y'all have to understand, they only want to be connected to you when the benefits benefit them. That's why they have an African Union. What is the African Union for? The African Union is to come off on your hard work, your ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears, and they gonna go to the United Nations and ask for reparations for slavery, something that never happened to them. Now, whatever the colonizers did on the continent, Africa need to ask for reparations for that. But you going in front of the UN asking for reparations for the transatlantic slave trade? But when I ask you, when your people ever lose your tongue, heritage, and culture, you tell me never. So how you was on the transatlantic slave trade then? How you asking for reparations for that when your people been on the original land that y'all gave you for thousands and thousands and thousands of years? But that's not what you're telling the people in the UN, because you are using the skin color and the fact that our people fled to the continent, running from Jerusalem, coming from the Assyrian captivity, and they went into the continent of Africa, whether that was West Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, South Africa. And our people are there today. But guess what? Ham won't tell you these are the Israelites that came here. You know what they're going to say? These are the Africans. And we are one people and we deserve reparations for slavery. That's what they're saying to the UN. So you're not even being honest. When you go before the UN, you should be speaking on behalf of colonization, not reparations for slavery. You was colonized. You did not go through the transatlantic slave trade. And y'all is looking from heaven, looking at everything y'all doing, which I know y'all looking at this as fraud. Because you're coming off the backs of other people to receive payment for something you did not go through. And that is not right. And this is why Black Americans is speaking on it and telling you, even if they was to get reparations, you should not get it because you did not go through what Black Americans went through. How you gonna just ease on and come through the back door talking about we stand before you on for all Africans to receive reparations for the transatlantic slave trade? But if anybody go through the continent of Africa and ask them, how long you been knowing you was a Nigerian? How long you been knowing you was Ethiopian? How long you been knowing you was a Libyan? How long you been knowing you was South African, even though this name is by a white woman? But I mean, all these names are made up that they gave the continent of Africa. But I'm just going by the standard of what they use today. If you go through Africa, you know what they're going to tell you? Man, I've been knowing this for 1,000 years who I was. My daddy passed it down to me. My mom. The oral history, they all know it, family. They didn't discontinue from their heritage, y'all. Let me go to the next video. I want to show y'all this. Now, I want to show y'all Joy Reid. Listen closely to what Joy Reid about to say. This is no disrespect to Joy Reid, but I don't like dishonest people. I like for people to tell the truth. Just like I could be truthful right now. Yah has given all nations gifts and talents. It's just that they don't supersede yours. Yah has blessed all nations with gifts and talents, but they don't supersede yours. You see what Yah did? Yah gave everybody a measure of his blessings, but he made sure that you top all people and supersede all gifts and talents because you are the standard of the world. And if you wasn't a standard of the world, it'll be somebody else, right? Why Yah did not just give us all gifts and talents to where all the measure is equal on the balance of a scale? It's all the same. Well, you know, nobody is greater than nobody. He didn't do that, family. He made you greater than all people. And there's a reason for that. So that's why I be telling you, don't diminish yourself to make other people feel good. Step into that greatness. Let that greatness be a reflection of who you are as a people. And don't ever diminish your people to make somebody else feel good. Because they would never diminish themselves to make you feel good because they think they better than you. And by thinking they better than you, why would you diminish you when they not going to diminish them for you? So if Yah made you great, step into the greatness. Yah bless you above all people, walk in it. Because at the end of the day, we don't have to boast ourselves on how great we are. It just come off of us. Have y'all ever noticed that Africa always trying to tell us how better they are than us? Have you, like, go watch their videos. They're going to always tell you they are 10 times better than Black Americans, more educated. You don't know where you come from. You have no culture. You have no language. They have to diminish us because they know the greatness is there. So the only way to make themselves feel good, they have to diminish Black Americans. That's how they feel good, because they know you great. And they can't diminish your greatness. And they know you better than them because they see you the global standard of the world. I do not have to diminish Ham to feel good about KJ. I do not have to diminish Ham to uplift my people. I know you great, Israel. It's displayed in my face every day. I grew up watching you be great. I'm inspired by your greatness. Ham not inspired by your greatness because Ham is jealous of your greatness. Ham is envious of your greatness. So we have to diminish it in the face of the world. That's why all the content that Africans use is on Black Americans. They do not talk about their own greatness. They do not talk about the greatness of their people. They do not bring forth people that they hold up and say, we look up to this. They don't got nobody that I ever seen for them to say, here we go. Here go 10 people. Here go 20 people. Look, this is a person we look up to. Show me. Show me. I want y'all to check this out. Check this out. This is Joy Reid. And I want you to hear what she say closely. Listen closely. And I got one more video after this. I disagree with you, Joy Reid. You're not being honest. And that's what I don't like. Be honest, man. If you're going to speak on us, be honest.
There are three sort of sets of Black people that are in the diaspora. They're the Africans who were enslaved in their own home.
Yes.
You know, if you were Kikuyu or you were, you know, a Xhosa person in South Africa, they enslaved your ass right there. And when they were done enslaving you, you got rid of them for the most part. They either left or they left behind their colonial system, but they colonized you in your own place where you live. Then you have the people who were stolen, and you either went to a country like a Brazil or to the Caribbean. And so you experienced just horrific, degrading slavery, but that was about enslaving people and then using their bodies up and then letting them die and then going and getting more. And so you had a more holistically Black culture because you really maintained your Africanness in a lot of ways. And then when you died, they just went and got a different person. You weren't like being bred like cattle. Chattel slavery really only took place in the United States and Canada, but mainly, right? And so this is a different mentality. These people were told that slavery was endemic to being Black. The African Americans were sort of taught or told that just being Black or having any African ancestry meant that you were endemically a slave forever. That was not the case as much in the Caribbean or in Africa. They knew they had a 1,000-year-old culture in these African countries to fall back on to say, we're not endemically enslaved people. We don't come from slavery. Whereas in America, they tried to cut them off from their Africanness and say the Africanness doesn't matter. You're just a slave. Your whole history is a slave. You never learn anything about what your ancestral origins were or what kingdoms you came from. You never learned that. You just learned slavery, 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 slavery. And so Black slavery in the U.S. was just unique. But the other thing I think that people who are from like where our families are from, what they don't recognize is that that kind of slavery caused African Americans to produce, I would say, the most dominant cultural force that's ever lived.
And that's what we see.
Y'all see what I'm saying? You got to catch everything. That type of slavery caused us to create the most dominant culture in the world. That type of slavery did, or was just people already great? You see what I'm saying? How the form of slavery did it? No, our disobedient did it. And this goes to show you these are three Africans speaking on Black American culture and history, but they don't understand that this is no knock to them because they just don't know. We wasn't put in slavery because of the stuff that she's saying. We went through slavery because of disobedience to Yah. So the greatness was already embedded in you from Yah as a people, through your fathers, through your mothers. So when she keep talking about this African connection to slavery, Joy Reid don't understand that our connection to slavery come directly from what's written in the scriptures, family. This is not written about Africans. It's written about Israelites. That's the difference. So she keep trying to make a connection based on African Americans, what they say, Africans on the continent, that we just one big old people. No, family. This is the confusion that's going on in the world. This is the spell I'm trying to break from the minds of my people, man. You are an Israelite. You come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, family. Because you fled to the continent does not mean all of a sudden you are an African. What do you mean, KJ? If I lived in Russia, I pick up their language, I eat their food, but I'm still an Israelite living in Russia. I just happen to pick up the language and the food, a little bit of the culture, but I do not become their culture. My geography would not determine my nationality. So living in Russia doesn't change anything. So fleeing to the continent of Africa didn't change anything. You were just an Israelite who fled to the continent of Africa. But in the African mind, no, you African. You here, you come back home. No, I fled from our home to get to your home. And then from your home, you sold me to another home. Now all of a sudden, you telling me to come back to your home where I was sold from your home and to this home, and we created something great in this home. Now you telling me that ain't greatness. Y'all have no culture. You don't know where you come from. You have no language. So when you hear people say Black American have no culture, we don't let them define us as a people. We can't do it, man. We can't let other people define who we are as a people. Yah didn't already define you. Yahshua didn't already define you. What you created here and your ancestors after slavery was the greatest thing known to the world. Nobody could have done what you have done coming out of slavery. No other people. No other people. And this is why I'm telling you, family, behind closed doors, they might don't always say it in public, but when you just look at the way people look when they're around you, that's that greatness that y'all embedded in your DNA. I saw a video of I don't know if he was Hispanic or not, and he was touching on the fact how Black Americans are some of the most nicest and genuine people that he have ever met. That was a white guy on a FedEx truck dropping off a package, and he smelt the food. The brother said, man, go on in there and get you a plate. That's who we are. That's who we are. It's embedded in you. That's why I be telling you, don't become like Ham. Don't become hateful like him. You won't be able to sleep at night being hateful like him or being hateful like other nations. It's just too much of your energy. You are already great. What you need to be hateful for? They trying to mimic you. You're not trying to mimic them. So you have nothing to be, mad about or have to diminish other people about or talk down to others. No, you great, fam.
It spread. That's why we see it spread everywhere.
It's and it doesn't come, and it comes from Africa endemically, right? The food, the rice, the dishes they eat, the oxtail, everything. There's an Africanness to it, but it's.
Okay, y'all caught that again. Show me in Africa where they eat oxtails. Show me. The food that we have in America was created by ancestors. During slavery, from eating slops, they created something out of nothing. Y'all see what I mean? What she doing? I don't like people that's dishonest, family. I can't stand it. I like honest people. She talking about it still have that Africanness to it. Y'all don't eat no oxtail on the country. What are you talking about? We didn't get our food from no Africa. I never been to Africa. So all the foods that my mom and them ever cooked, passed down from my mama's granddaddy, daddy. That food, my family from Louisiana, that didn't come from Africa. What are you talking about? I remember oxtails. Why my mama never told me none of this? Why none of this ain't passed down to my mama then, or her mama? The food we eat here do not come from Africa, man. They got to stop that, dog. But that's what they trying to do, because they have to include themselves inside of your greatness. Because without you, what greatness do they have? I'm asking. Talk to me. If they not trying to cosplay inside of your culture, your heritage, based on their skin color, trying to blend in, what do they have? I just need to know. And I'm not diminishing them. I'm asking sincerely, because they diminish us on videos. I'm not diminishing them on my life, because I'm telling you, I believe that all nations, even Ham, deserve to have a language, culture, and heritage. He deserved to enjoy his land. The colonizers did a number on them. But guess what? They sold us to the colonizers. So God allowed you to be colonized. See how that work? Let's get down to the real history of what a lot of y'all did when we fled to Africa. That's all I'm saying. So Joy Reid is not being honest. You know what we created here doesn't come from the continent, because it would be a reflection in our culture that we got it from Africa, right, y'all? Wouldn't it be a reflection passed down through our tradition, many generations, that whatever we eat, we'll say, well, my mama told me this came from Africa, or my daddy told me this came from Africa. Yeah, you know, like when we eat right now, yeah, so you got to eat it like this. Nobody never told us that, y'all. Nobody. And they would have known it through the oral traditions and history and passed down to them if it really did. So when she just said that, she not being honest. That's why I stopped it. She's not being honest. We eat soul food. They eat African food. I want to show y'all something. After I'm going to let this play for a little bit more, and then I'm finna say something.
Origin story is America. Yeah. And so they create this thing that is, you know, up until a certain, we didn't even say African American when I was growing up. People would say, you know, they used to say Negro, then they said African American, and blacks kind of rejected that. Yeah. The term that black Americans like is black.
They like black, yep.
And so because
do y'all not see what Joy Reid is doing? She know that they watch everything. They watch everything. So you see that they moved away from the African American term, but guess why? Because you are so much of the standard that when you moved away from it, they moved away from it. Do you not see the impact that you have on the world? That whatever you do, the world follow. Whatever you say, the world say. Now remember, this is not through our own doing. The greatness of Yah is on display. Because like I always say, whether good or bad, the world gonna follow you. Whether good or bad, the world is going to follow you. So when she just say, well, they got away from that term because she watched everything just like everybody else do. Jesse Jackson came up with that term African American because he said he wanted to give us an identity. That's not an identity, family. See what I'm saying? We Israelites who live in America, who created something in America, who was bred in America. Our ancestors bled and died in America. And they, on the shoulders of our ancestors, on the back of their hard work, here we are today. And we making our contributions for our children, until Yahshua come and get us out of this place. Don't ever diminish yourself, family. I'm telling you, don't do it, because nobody would do it for you. Do you see Chinese diminishing themselves and their greatness for America? Or what about the Russians? What about the Arabs? Do you see any other nation? They are all competing to be great. They are not diminishing themselves for the next nation. They all want to be great. That's why they fighting for power. Because everybody want to be the standard and be great. And guess what? You don't even have an army. You don't even have a military. You are the captives of the world, and you still stand out in the face of all adversity. That's great right there, boy. That's what you call great. When we done been put in captivity, and through all that, we still shine above all nations, even as a slave. Because when I say slave, I'm not talking about a slave that is in the chains of bondage. I'm talking about the slaves who have been spiritually in bondage from our ancestors. They was in chains of bondage. This is a spiritual captivity now, more of the mind, not the shackles. Even though certain things still happen to us as a people, which is still that form of captivity that I'm talking about, because we still captives. But at the end of the day, Yah have also gave you space to allow your talents to be displayed. Your ancestors didn't have this privilege. All the great things they did, Yah opened up the floodgates and allowed us to see the greatness that they did through books, because they created a lot, but they didn't get to enjoy them. We get to enjoy them. And you creating a lot that you do get to enjoy. That's why I would never disrespect my ancestors by bad behavior or making them look bad in public or in society. Because I know whose shoulders I'm standing on. I know what they've been through. And I'm always respect our ancestors. They didn't get to enjoy their creation. We get to enjoy their creation. And you creating other things outside of their creation that you do get to enjoy. This is jealousy and envy from all nations of other people, because your greatness, even as a captive, is displayed by Yah through his comeliness and his continence.
It rolls
Was it
over.
Jesse brought up African American? Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, it was this idea of saying we're African, but in America.
yeah.
But African, when I was growing up, being African was not cool. Us little four little Africans.
Trust.
There was
we got
no
made fun of.
connection, right? So they were like, "Oh, you African booty scratcher." They say it like that. Remember African booty scratcher? Because African Americans trace their ancestry to Mississippi, to Alabama, to America.
Yeah.
But what they did is they took, there are 2,500 different indigenous groups in Africa. It's the most biodiverse continent on the planet. There's no more biodiversity anywhere like Africa.
That's right.
And so people who were in those ships came from, like, some people, my people Hausa, my father people are Hausa, some people are Igbo, some people are so we're Hausa people, right? So that's how we identify, you know what I mean? You take a Hausa person, an Igbo person, a Yoruba, and you throw them all in a ship. And they may speak each other's language or they may not, but they come from different tribes. You throw them all together, stick them in a slave ship, strip them of their identity. In a generation, they're not Hausa, they're not Igbo, they're not Yoruba, they're just black. And so this culture of blackness, of American blackness,
it's a real culture.
Powerful. It's a new tribe. It's a unique tribe, and we need to respect it.
There's some Africans that will say, you don't have a culture. Black Americans do.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Come on. Because half of you copy it. Everybody copies Black American culture.
Because you said it's powerful. There's something different and magnetic about it. You know,
it's magnetic. It's a new tribe. They literally took out of many one. You want to talk about what's out of many one? It's all and look, they did the same with the white people, because white people were all different. They were, French, and they were German, they were Bavarian, they hated each other's guts, and they amalgamated them all into something called white. And then they amalgamated all of the blacks into something called black. They invented these things. These things didn't exist before the 16th century, and they're all false. They're not real, but they took away the thing that most humans organize themselves by, which is tribe. And that is gone in America. You're just white or you're black. And Black American culture is, again, it's the most dominant culture that's ever existed. It created rock and roll, soul music, country music, half the food we eat.
Now, hold on. Listen closely. And I'm going to let it play. Listen. She just said we created all the genre of music, right? Show me what genre of music Ham created. And I'm going to wait while I let this play.
Most of what we do in this country that makes us American is Black people created it. And so I think when our people come from other countries, they need to give that some respect. They need to treat that with respect. But also, I wish American Blacks could get the chance to learn what colonialism did to Africa. Because it's not like African people didn't suffer. And I think there's a sense that African people sold us away and forgot about us. But they forget those people were destroyed. As Michael Harriot.
They wasn't destroyed at the time they sold us, Joy Reid. Stop, man. Be honest. They wasn't destroyed at the time they were selling us, Joy Reid. Since y'all like to sell people, y'all allow you to be colonized. You see how that work? What goes around comes around. He didn't take your land from you. He just allowed the colonizers to come in and change names, break y'all all up to 54 different countries, 3,000 different dialects. It was called Negro land for a reason. They all knew the difference or who them Negroes was. They said Negro land, the kingdom of Judah. They all knew, family. So let's not get this confused that they didn't know who they were selling. They all knew who they were selling. And the Hamites had a chief hand in it. Because according to Joel chapter 3, the Bible says you sold us to the Grecians. And when you go look up the word Grecians, it's the children of Javan, which is the children of Japhet. Now, don't get me wrong. Our ancestors' sins got us in this predicament. But don't try to diminish it by saying, well, Africa suffered too. We're not the ones did it to you, Joy Reid. So Black Americans don't need to understand what the colonizers did to you in Africa. That's for you to teach your children what the colonizers did. Because we never diminish Africans for being colonized. We never diminish Africans for their land being taken over by colonizers. So why I need to understand that? No, you need to understand that. You need to teach your children. But instead of y'all teaching y'all children what the colonizers did, y'all teaching y'all children how to be disrespectful to Black Americans when they come over here. All the stuff that y'all going through, all the stuff y'all facing, all the wars going on in Africa, you still have time to worry about Black Americans. Black Americans don't worry about Hamites. Let's keep this real, family. Black America's been surviving. Black America's been creating. Black Americans been getting our mind right, coming back to Yah in spirit and in truth. We don't have time to worry about Hamites. We have never worried about these people. Black Americans got so much going on, we don't worry about nobody outside of our own people and the 12 tribes of Israel. See, my brothers and sisters on the continent, so I don't diminish the continent. We got a lot of our tribes, our brothers and sisters are on the continent. And I'm not going to diminish these three people right here because even though they say they're Nigerian, what type of Nigerians they are? Are they the Israelites who live in Nigeria? Because Godfrey, to me, to be honest, Godfrey doesn't look like a Hamite. He just doesn't. He doesn't look like a Hamite to me. And then when he talked about the Igbo and that his family fled the Biafra War, I said, hold on, whoa. Because I know what happened to the Israelites in the Biafra War. They killed like 2 million. And Godfrey say his family was fleeing from the Biafra War. So is Godfrey a Hamite? I don't think so, but hey, he still was taught the culture of Nigeria and he lived in Chicago. So Godfrey might not be a Hamite. That's why you don't hear me saying I'm talking directly to Hamites, family. I'm not talking to the Israelites. I'm not talking to my brothers and sisters who will say, nah, bro, hey, I'm Igbo or I'm from Yoruba. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Ham sons, Ham kids, directly Hamites. If the shoe fit, I'm talking to you because y'all are disrespectful. I'm not talking to my brothers and sisters who live on the continent of Africa, who live in Nigeria, who call themselves Igbo, Yoruba. I'm not talking to you. Because you come from my stock. You my brothers and sisters. So I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the disrespect of Hamites. And it's all over the internet, family. And you can look at a Hamite and say, man, this is a Hamite. You can. We have different bone structure, different DNA. We just got the same skin color, but we are not the same, family. We are not the same, family. So let me let this go a little bit more, then I want to show y'all something.
Said when we had him on for our Black History special, if Black people were selling other Black people, why did you need a fort? If this was a transaction that was mutual and the kings of Africa were just selling off Black, well, then why did you need to build giant forts? You build giant forts because you were having wars with those kings who you were stealing their people. You wouldn't need a fort if you were selling and buying.
And that's something that people...
Okay. I'm going to get off this video because I want to read something real quick. See, this is why I'm telling y'all, they don't understand our history. So that's why I can't be mad at Joy Reid because she don't understand our history. She don't understand. So look, she said that they wasn't buying and selling, right? That's not what Yah said about the Hamites. And I want to read this to y'all. See, this is why I'm telling y'all, you got to look at the mind that these things are being said from. It's being said from a mind of a people who really have not been around Black Americans their whole life like that. Everything that a lot of Africans know about Black Americans is told to them, not from experience. This is Joel, chapter 3. And I want y'all to hear this. And I got one more video. Y'all remember the bald-headed African man? He went on a sister platform. And no knock to the sister, but she wasn't prepared. And he kept telling her, African Americans don't have no culture. And she couldn't break down to him, you know, the different aspects of what culture mean, right? But I'm going to show y'all the different aspects of our culture. But look, family, you know, we all titled our opinion. I'm just telling y'all that to me, Godfrey doesn't look like a Hamite. He just doesn't. But if he is one, I still don't got nothing against him. I'm just saying, when you look at his features, he looked like a Black American. Because if Godfrey would have never told me he was Nigerian and he come from Chicago, I'd just be thinking Godfrey just a Black American. This is Joel chapter 3 to prove that Joy Reid, she just don't know, family. But Hamites sold our people as a transaction. Joel chapter 3 verse 1, for behold, in those days and at that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered and who they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast for my people and have given a bard for a harlot and sold a girl for wine. That's a transaction, Joy Reid. And guess who we say did it? Oh, Tyre and Sidon, children of Ham, Joy Reid. A transaction, selling a boy and a girl for wine that they might drink. He even named Tyre and Sidon, and we know it was other different nations, Hamite nations. So it was transactional, Joy Reid. And they knew exactly who they were selling, Joy Reid. They knew. That's why the colonizers made a map say Negro land, and they actually put Kingdom of Judah in Negro land. They knew these was Israelites. The Hebrews. They knew this. So Africans had a hand in helping sell us to the Europeans. So when y'all hear people talking about Africans sold Africans, no. Africans sold Hebrews, not Africans sold Africans. Y'all see what they have done to history? By them saying this for so many generations, now people think we just African and African was selling other Africans and our African brothers sold us. Nah, man, that ain't what that is, man. Africans sold Hebrews, family. Now I want to show y'all this. They say we have no culture, right? So I created this chart just to break down some of it. Here we go. This is some of our culture, right? This is just some of it. So when people say we don't have no culture, y'all hit them with this. Our music traditions, jazz, blues, soul, gospel, R&B, and hip hop. Culinary contributions, soul food and regional dishes. Now we know that those foods range from different regional dishes that we can go all throughout the America, and we're going to find our contributions to culinary art, you know, culinary contributions as far as food go. So I dealt with the music, I dealt with the contributions as far as culinary. Now let's deal with literature. And then we got literature and arts, from the Harlem Renaissance to the contemporary authors and visual artists. So we got the literature part, right? Our people are very educated when it comes to us passing down a lot of our history for us to know the greatness of our ancestors. That's also culture. Okay, let me see. Then we got the language and style, Black American vernacular, fashion trends, social movements and communities, civil rights activism, and a strong sense of togetherness. That's just some of it, family. Listen to me. That's just some of it. So when people don't say we don't got no culture, I just named some of the stuff that our ancestors have done and created in America that helped move us forward. That's a culture, family. Now we have a heritage and a culture that Yah gave us, and that's the most important one. But Yah never told us that we have to diminish this, what we have done, and also diminish this over here. No, nothing has to be diminished, family. We embrace both because our ancestors did this. So how we gonna diminish this on this hand just to uphold this on this hand? No, we uphold both. We uphold both because our ancestors, this comes from blood, sweat, and tears. So it cannot be diminished. Our food cannot be diminished. Our music cannot be diminished. Our culinary contributions cannot be diminished. The social movement, the community, the civil rights activism, and the strong sense of together. Y'all know that's why our family reunions was created. To bring us what? All together for that togetherness. Food bring us together. Our music bring us together. Our activism bring us together. Y'all see this? This is a culture that was created by our ancestors and passed down to us. This has kept us together, family, and bonded us, even in captivity. So how we don't have no culture? That's why I say, boy, you put me on these platforms, I know how to articulate certain things, even though my words don't always come out right. But guess what? You're going to understand what I'm saying. Because if he would have told me we don't have no culture, I would have broke this down to him right here. This is culture. And everybody mimicked what I just read. So I just wanted to read that to y'all. I created this earlier just to give us the sense of a little bit of what the culture represent, what our ancestors have created and done. And I'm not going to even get on the spiritual part of the culture, which is what they like to also call social norms. That spiritual part that has also bonded us and kept us together. That's another part of the culture, the spirituality part. Because if it has not been for Yah and Yahshua, we would, man, I'm telling you, man, I believe we would have just took ourselves out of here, man. The stuff that we had to endure. But that's not in our spirit because we are fighting people. We are people that continue to keep going. We don't stop. And we have never stopped. And the world has witnessed this resilience. That's why I'm telling you, man, they watch you with admiration. But because they don't know how to respond to it, a lot of it come with a lot of disdain and envy and jealousy because they can't be what you are. So the best thing to do is just hate on it. I can't be it. I can't join it. I'ma hate it. I'ma hate it. So I just wanted to show y'all that. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me see some. Okay, I just want y'all to listen to this. Now, a lot of people always talking about coaching. I got one more video, and I'm gonna show y'all this before I read this. Y'all remember that bald head Hamite guy? He wore glasses. He kept on going on different platforms saying we don't have no culture, right? Now he got in front of one of our sisters, and because she couldn't articulate it right, he kind of looked like he just pounced on her, right? But I'm about to show you a video that he met his match, and watch how mad he finna get. You see that? When you know how to articulate and challenge them, they get in their feelings. But when he was doing that to the other sister, because he felt like he was a big dog over her, he had a big smile on his face. When you don't have no culture. Black American don't have no culture. Okay, let's see what this sister about to do to you, and you about to get in your feelings. So when you think of the word culture, what are culture defined by, right? Let's just think like, what is culture defined by? Family, culture is defined by shared beliefs, right? Values, customs, behaviors, language, and material artifacts that characterize a group of people, right? That's us, y'all. That's culture. Everything I just said. We have shared beliefs. Now, when we say shared beliefs, we know some of our people in Islam, Christianity, we still believe in God. We still have that sense of spirituality. We know that there's a most high up there. People call them different names. So one thing about Black Americans, we're going to have a belief system. But in 2026, I have been shocked and cannot believe that I didn't hear Black people say, I'm an atheist. And I never heard, I thought I would never hear a Black American person say that they're atheists. They don't believe nothing. But I remember what the scriptures told me, that a falling away going to come. And people just going to turn their ear away from the truth. So I understand it. But I never heard, I don't care what they've been through, I never heard a Black American in my 45 years of living ever say, I'm an atheist, boy, I don't believe in God. But I hear it today, though. I hear it today. So that's just a little bit of it, family. Then we got the fashion. Come on now. We got art. Yeah, I can keep going, man, but that's just some of it, man. But I just want to let you know, if you want to define what a culture is, it's shared beliefs, it's values and customs, behaviors and languages. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And our other nations are allowed to have these shared beliefs and customs and values. But when they come to us, because from their mind, from their small mind, they telling us about our culture. You see what I'm saying? And look at the mind that it's coming from. It's coming from an African mind who have not the experience of being in the shoes of Black Americans. So there you go, family. Let me play this one last video, and then that'll be it. One more video. Now I want y'all to listen to this guy. Oh, okay, Sister Eve. I got you. I don't think she was us, K. Judy. That's why she could not explain it well. She key him just say, yeah, you could be right too. You could be right, Sister Eve. Facts. Yeah, that's facts. Hey man, the way y'all brother K. Judy been feeling too, I'm a be cool today too. I don't feel like arguing with goofies. Like see, goofy right here. You see what I'm talking about? Out of all I said, family, I told you, this coming from the mind of people that I couldn't be in a room with. Like I wouldn't want to sit down with a goofy. I just wouldn't, family, because they don't have logical, a sense to be able to just listen. When you you look at a lot of African videos, they do a lot of talking more than listening. And one thing I noticed about them, they always want to seek to be understood. They don't seek to gain no understanding. That's why I wouldn't waste my time talking to a Hamite. They talk too much, and then they get loud too, and just, it's just irritating. So this person right here, I ain't gonna even say your name. I think you a certified goofball. I'm just going off the videos that I see that's coming out of their mouth, goofy. If you don't like what I'm saying, there's an exit door right there. Hit the door, partner. I didn't ask you to come here. You in my chat box, goofball. Let me get you off my screen. But if you want to, just hit the exit door. I didn't ask you to come here. He don't know what he talking about, Sister E. I told you, these people, dog, I would not waste my time. I'm not finna waste my time arguing with this dude. He dumb. He not listening. That's why I'm telling y'all. Africans are making videos about Black Americans being disrespectful. But he say, I'm playing an evil game. This dude's stupid. I have not disrespected Africans one time. I'm just speaking the real. And I'm not going to not speak the real because he feeling some type of way. I'm telling y'all the truth. Y'all can go look at it for yourself. Africans are too focused on Black Americans when they should be focused on their homeland and going back home to build up Africa. That's your homeland, dog. But y'all are leaving your homeland to come to America where Black Americans are. And even when you are here, you disrespectful. Not all of y'all, but if the shoe fit, put it on. I see your videos. I just don't respond to your videos. I always got to do a live about it. But I had to do it this time because I'm sick of y'all being disrespectful to my people. And if you don't like what KJ saying, hit the door. Bye. Look how stupid. I told y'all these people stupid. I'm going to let the comments be on the screen so y'all can see how stupid they are. Y'all see this? Look. You guys, we are Hamites. You base all your videos and stories about hate Hamites, this Hamite, that. You must be bluffing too, think you. We inherit the kingdom of God with the attitude. I don't know what he talking about. He sounds stupid. He sounds stupid, y'all. Another goofball. Let's let their comments come on the screen, y'all. They stupid. And they in their feelings. Nobody talk about Hamites, y'all. Black Americans responds to Hamite. We don't just make videos about Hamites. Hamites hate themselves, y'all. That's why they running from their homeland. But they tell you how great Africa is, but they telling you from America. Go home. Go show us how great it is and build it up. Go home. But you're not going to go home. You're going to stay in America. And you're going to try to build for your family here, which you have a right to do. But you don't have a right to be disrespectful to Black Americans while you're here. We do not make videos about you Hamites. You Hamites have a problem with Hamites. We don't have a problem with Hamites. You have a problem with Hamites. That's why you're in my chat box crying and whining like a woman in travail with pain, with birth. Cry, baby. Go home. If y'all so great, all Africans should go home and build up home. But you're not going to do that. None of you Hamites. You're not going to go home. You're going to stay right here with Black Americans. And you're going to watch us from afar in admiration and in awe. And you're going to mimic us. And you're going to try to get waves in your hair. I know it took you 3 years to get them. And you're going to wear big old baggy clothes with your pants sagging to your ankles with a boom box on your shoulder doing the 50 Cent in the club song. You can find me in the club. Boy, get off my screen, boy. I'll never put another one of your comments on the screen. You talk too much. No, I don't want to support unity because I don't know what it looked like. Show me what it looked like, Hamite. You Hamites always talking about let's show unity, but you never display unity. Show me what it looked like for me in order for me to display it. Show me what unity looked like in order for me to display unity. None of you Hamites display unity. You don't even do it amongst yourselves. But you're going to tell us to show unity. I'm an Israelite. I don't got nothing against my FBA brothers and sisters. See, there you go. You making bold statements, goofball. Don't make bold statements. It's good to ask questions and let me get an answer. I have nothing against my FBA brothers and sisters. That's my brothers and sisters. But I'm a Hebrew Israelite. And my brothers and sisters in the chat, we Hebrew Israelites. So if you got a problem with FBA, don't come in my chat box with it. Because we don't have a problem with FBA over here. If you have a problem with them, go take that up. Don't come to my chat crying. We stand up for Yah. We stand up for Elohim, the God of heaven and earth, and faith in our King Yahshua HaMashiach. We are the Hebrew Israelites. 54 countries and you are not unified. I don't understand it. But then you're going to tell me the colonizers did. So 54 countries can't come together and kick out the colonizer unless, like Positive said, y'all sold each other out. Your government sold you out, not Black Americans. So you should be mad at your government and not Black Americans. We have not done anything to you Hamites in order for you to have so much anger towards us to where you are mad at Black Americans. Many of your governments then took a bag from the colonizers in order for y'all to continue to be in poverty. So you need to go to your government and get on them about why Africa is poor. Because we are resilient people. Let the white man come over here playing with us. You see it all on videos. He getting his soul knocked out his body. They know we are different than you, Ham. They can play on you. They can't play on us. Yeah, we got a few coons, you know, boule niggas. Excuse my French. Boule Negroes. But we don't classify them as our kind. We don't let people just sit around putting their hands on us. We knock their soul out their body. We're not here to start stuff, but we're here to finish it. You need to take from us, Ham, and learn how to fight. Do some karate. Get some nunchucks. Fight with some chopsticks. Do something. Okay, let me get him off the screen. He'll cry, baby. Believers are the salt of the earth. You wrong. The Bible say Israel is the salt of the earth. And I'm not your sweetheart. Isabella, you better tell me about it. I just said that before you came, beloved. Africa is poor because they sold out Judah and the Israelites. So since you like to sell people, God allowed you to be colonized. All right, y'all, let me show you this last video, then we gone. I'm only going to show a little bit, but this the guy right here like to be disrespectful. But this sister gave him the business. And let's see if he had that same smoke for her that he had for the young sister who, you know, really didn't know how to articulate it. But this sister do. Let's get it. Yeah, I ain't wasting my time with that person no more. Let's go ahead and do this so I can get y'all up out of here, family. It's been good fellowshipping with y'all too. Thank y'all for all y'all prayers too, man. Thank y'all for praying for your brother KJ, my family. Something going on in the air. Everybody at my job was sick. I mean, everybody I ran into, they were just sick, y'all. And I was like, yeah. And then when I went to get a rotation and balance on my car, I saw nothing but chemtrail. I say, look at these people, man. Chemtrail lines everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. Just lines all in. So I said, look, these people just wicked, boy. But here we go, y'all. Watch how mad this dude get.
You say mainstream. No, you say the word, the African American culture. What is it? Okay. You say mainstream. No, you say the word, the African American culture. What is it? Okay. Fine.
Like hip hop. Oh, not hip hop. I mean, I don't want to. Yes, I feel like
you haven't thought about it. It's fine. Don't make things up.
I'm not making it up.
Okay,
I feel like
then educate me. You feel. You should know. Okay. You were born and raised here.
Bring it down, Smith. Bring it down. Do you stand by that, Frank Zano?
Yeah.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
So, you're a YouTuber. You spend days scripting, weeks filming and editing. You finally upload.
But I brought you here because of a comment you made, and I'm sure it was taken out of context. So I want to give you an opportunity to talk about it, and I want to play a clip from that interview, that discussion you had. Play it, Smith.
African Americans in this country are the only groups. They have no culture. It depends on who you meet, where you meet them.
But currently, there's not an African American culture.
No.
Yes, there is.
What is it? Name 2 value systems in the African American culture.
Value system?
Yes. Name 2 taboos in the African American culture system. Name 2 traditions, by the way, in the African American culture system. There is no value for freedom if you don't understand what it is. The concept of free. You have to have a foundation on which it would balance when you ask for it. Civil right, they give it to you. You have no culture. Nancy, you've been here, born here. Why would you be surprised if I say African Americans don't have a culture? What, twerking? So anything
but I feel like African American culture has definitely
you say
mainstream.
No, you say the word, the African American culture. What is it? Okay, fine.
Like hip hop, not hip hop. I mean, I don't want to. Yes, I feel like
you haven't thought about it. It's fine. Don't make things up.
I'm not making it up.
Okay,
I feel like
then educate me. You feel. You should know.
Okay.
You were born and raised here.
Bring it down, Smith. Bring it down. Do you stand by that, Frank Zano?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're talking to somebody who's not African American and asking her questions. You don't have a problem with that? You don't think that that was a little...
So that conversation was the Haitian conversation. So it was...
but you said African American. You brought Black people in. You didn't say Haitians.
No, I'm saying the conversation I had with Nancy was Haitians can fix Haiti. It was in that conversation that this came out, and it was a soundbite on TikTok. Now, when I went to the W.E.B. Du Bois Center in Ghana, I was a young fellow when first we went, and there was a sign on the wall, big one. I don't know, maybe a poet who wrote it, maybe Langston Hughes or something, I forgot, but they had it on the wall, and it said, the problem and the pain of slavery was not the work they make us do. It is the fact that it took away our language, our culture, our history, our traditions, and that leaves a man like a tree with no roots. And it hit me. I wrote it down in my notebook. Now, when you listen to a lot of the writings about slavery, the first thing you hear, even in the United States, is about how our life, our culture, our language and history was taken away from us. That is very common.
So
in
what? Okay,
music.
okay.
I met Alex Haley's.
Hold on. You're from Benin.
Yeah.
You're not there now. You're here. You're an American citizen. You came here. You left there to come here. Right. The Homie Kingdom. We love the Black Panther and all of this, and the Dora Milaje based on the Homie Warriors and Woman King. We love that. But the Homie Kingdom. One of the ways in which your origin, your country of origin, Benin, conquered, they would sell their people into bondage to the Europeans, into this transatlantic slave trade. When you lost, you got sold. And every year, you got 333,000 pounds sterling for Black bodies to be sold into the transatlantic slave trade, which would be worth about $16.7 million annually every single year. It was Benin known as the Slave Coast because of the flourishing trade of human bodies. That was your protocol. That was the way in which you dominated. And it went on for more than a decade. In the 1780s to 90s, Benin sold more than 102,000 bodies into bondage. So epigenetically, one could argue, Frank Zano, that part of your way of knowing is to sell out your people. One could argue that. Maybe that's in your epigenetics, because to me, to say something so boldly that Black people have no culture with no references, and you're talking to somebody that's not Black, you're talking to somebody who clearly wasn't educated enough, you're throwing questions at her, you know, give us two things, two values. Well, I can give you 15, I'm gonna give you more, but family and integrity. And we don't really do well with sellouts. That's another Black cultural value. But I was looking at that and I was saying, wow, and you stand by it. So you still stand by Black people have no culture?
So Benin didn't sell slaves.
They sold. I did my research. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you don't know it.
I know.
Because it's clear to me that you don't know a lot of things, but you don't know it.
Allow me to explain what I mean. Please. I really want to have a very...
Oh, now all of a sudden he really want to have an intellectual conversation, but when he was talking to the other sister, he was just pouncing on her. But he can't do this with this sister. Y'all see what I mean? When you put us in a room and we can articulate ourselves right, and once they see that, oh, they want to be humble now. But like the sister just said, the other sister, she just wasn't able to hit her points because he was like, He can't do her like that. And she's not lying. Y'all go read about Benin and Dahomey. It was over 2 million Hebrews sold, y'all. And they was fighting to keep it going. She's not lying. Y'all can go look this up. They was selling slaves. He gonna tell me, no, they wasn't. Yes, they was, bro. You gonna tell me, like I told y'all, they try to change history.
Respectful conversation. So you said Benin sold. Benin did not sell slaves because when slaves were bought from that region, there was no Benin. There was no country called Benin.
Dahomey.
No.
Okay. Well, whoever, it's the same landmass, correct? Same people?
No, at all. They have nothing in common. Please allow me. The place that became called Dahomey was at independence. The place you're calling Benin was not there. Dahomey was not there during slavery. What was there were tribes. Agbome, the women warriors you mentioned, they are not from Dahomey or from Benin. They are from only one tribe called the Agbome tribe. That region had about 52 different, distinct tribes. Only one of them captured slaves from either the Aja, the Yoruba, the Bana, or the Nagongo areas and sold. They didn't sell their people. An example, if there is a war in, let's say, Asia or in Europe, Italians captured Portuguese or Spanish and English and sold them to the Chinese. They haven't sold their own people, even though the Caucasians who live in a region. So the slaves sold were only sold by Agbome tribe.
Right.
Way before it became Dahomey as a republic that forced 52 different tribes to come together by the French and call the place Dahomey. The people, the other 51 tribes that are now part of the country called Benin, including Agbome, they all, including my father's tribe, we hate the Agbomens because we know they capture people and they sell them. So that is a correction I want to make. So saying Benin,
right. But you're actually making my point that it is that notion that somehow you are not part of when I talk about Black culture, it is the oneness. It is the understanding that we may be something torn and new, but we are in this thing together that got to begin with, that got to begin with. And for you to come here and to make that somehow we don't have culture because of your lack of knowledge of what culture is.
What I'm saying, as science says, when you buy slaves, the danger of buying slaves is you rob them of their culture. That is
what that got to do, y'all, with us losing our inheritance. And because we didn't know it at the time from the prophecy of the Bible that Jeremiah 17:5 or Jeremiah 17:4 or 5, y'all remember, you should discontinue from your heritage, right? We created another heritage outside of that because we didn't know why we was in this condition at the time. So now, based on the greatness of what Yah is and what Yahshua is and what he put inside of us, our ancestors created culture here. What is he talking about? Of course you're going to cause a people to discontinue from their heritage. If you enslave them, then you're going to teach them your ways, your behavior, your values. They're going to eat your food. They're going to pick up your language. Of course, they're going to discontinue if this go on for many generations. So we created a culture here. And now y'all have brought us back to our own inheritance as the Israelites. We don't diminish one to wash the other. We accept both. The one on this side, the one on this side. See, he trying to play games. If y'all go look at any map, it say Benin on the map, family. It say Benin. They were selling our people, family. They sold over 2 million. So he could play all these games about, oh, it wasn't a name and Dahomey and all that, bro. We see the map. It say Benin, bro. So just stop. Of course, that wasn't a name. We know the Europeans gave it the name. Just like they gave Nigeria, after a white woman named Flora something. What's that white woman name, y'all? Flora? Flora something.
Of course,
No,
in fact,
you know. Okay, I'm gonna bring in, because I'm very clear that I'm not a historian, so I'm not going to speak on things I do not know. I'm going professor of Africana Studies.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible or Vibe.
Aaron does. I certainly believe in truth like all three of us do. And, you know, we all believe in integrity. And I think it could be helpful if I can just offer this possibility, right? I think what could really help this dialogue is that there's a premise here that I think is problematic. But I don't think it's yours, Mr. Frank. I think it's what people have taught in the world. And most of us have taken it because it's just what historians have said. And that premise is this. When Africans were enslaved in Africa and scattered around the world, everything, all their culture.
Y'all see what I mean? And you can't blame this brother neither. And this man that she say she gonna bring in a historian, and he can't be blamed neither. Look at what he just said. He say Africans were sold all throughout the world. Y'all see what I mean? We all been brainwashed. They don't know that it was Hebrews sold throughout all the world. See, once you make the distinction, then you can separate who is who. But by saying Africans sold Africans, now you have Africans saying, Black Americans, come home. Black Americans, you come from us. Black Americans, we are your fathers and mothers. Come back home to the motherland. They don't know, y'all, that we have a land. Let me ask this good question before I get up out of here. I got to ask this. If we fled to the continent of Africa, where was we fleeing from? That's the $1 million question. If you fled there, where did you come from before you fled there? Because they did say you ran to the continent of Africa. Coming from where? Why they don't tell you where you was coming from? Because then that's going to make the separation of who is who. See, you fled to Ham's land, but they won't tell you that. They tell you you was always there. No, you wasn't. You fled there. And you built up kingdoms there. And from there, you were sold to the Europeans by Ham. You was fleeing from Roman persecution in 70 AD, and you fled throughout all the Mediterranean world. They won't tell you that. It's documented in history, family, that the Jews fled Jerusalem and went into the continent of Africa. West Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, South Africa. Our people everywhere. So it wasn't Africans scattered all over the world. It was Hebrews scattered all over the world. It was Israelites scattered all over the world, but not Africans. Even though that's a made-up name too. Until our people know how to separate and define who is who, this war between Africans and Black Americans gonna continue. What do I mean? Africans gonna continue to make these remarks that we come from them. Because the white man is very crafty and slick. So the white man didn't want to say Africans was selling Hebrews. He put in the history, Africans was selling Africans. This also is a way to keep us for identifying who we are at the time, but Yah is more powerful than a white man and still allow us to find our heritage, our culture, and our language. Yah is powerful, man. So the white man only was, the white man was only allowed to keep this lie going for just a dispensation of time. But now the truth is out the bag. Nobody can stop what Yah is doing now. Africans know you are not them. They tell you all the time, I am not the same as Black Americans. They tell you that all the time. But then all of a sudden, when it benefits them, we brother, sister, come back home. Come home, African American. Until y'all gather us, we are home.
I think you were saying this a minute ago, was stripped from them. That's the error. That's the error in this whole thing. Because a process cannot strip culture, the totality of culture, from a people. Culture sometimes is in the artifacts of what people have, but culture is also in the flesh. Anywhere a person goes, their culture goes with them. Pieces of that culture in the dance, it's in the body, in the language. We brought African languages to America because we spoke African languages in Africa. We were certainly denied speaking those languages after a while once we were enslaved, but those languages and the influences of those languages are still in our Black English tongues right now, right? So the premise here is that African people who were enslaved and taken from Africa lost all of Africa in the process of being enslaved. That's the error, right? Much of the culture came with us. Then through transmutation.
I want y'all to tell me one thing. I'm going to go and stop it right here. But y'all see how humble he is when somebody else is educated? You see how quiet he is? Quiet as a mouse, huh? But he didn't do that with that sister, though. That's it for me, family. But he didn't do that with that sister, though. So y'all see when our people can articulate their points. He quiet now. But he was pouncing on our sister, though. I mean, he would not let her talk. He was like, give me two things. Family, the point that I'm trying to make is that your culture, your language, and your heritage come from Israel. You spoke Hebrew. You spoke Hebrew, family. Africans have their own dialect. Your dialect is Hebrew, and we discontinue from our heritage. But no disrespect to their sister or their brother, because they don't know. They only going off what they know, family. That's still our brother and sister, even the historian brother. They only going off what they know. And we all have went off what we know until Yah gave us more understanding and more education about the matter. See, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I never felt African at all in my whole life. I never felt like an African. Even when I looked at my auntie's husband, Randolph, he was a Hamite. I felt no connection to him. Like, yeah, man, I didn't felt like I was him. He had an accent, his bone structure in his face. He had like high cheekbone, big old head. I just didn't look like Randolph. Randolph didn't look like none of my family. He was a Hamite. My auntie was a Black American, and she had 2 sons by Randolph. But they don't look like Hamites because they've been in America all their life. See, a lot of our people, we know that we not, Hamites. This is what the Bible called them, Hamites. I'm going to call you what the Bible called you. He didn't call you African. He called you a Hamite. So I'm going to say Hamite. I'm being respectful by saying Hamite. Africa is a made-up name. I don't want to call you after the colonizer. I'm going to call you a Hamite. And whatever tribe you come from Ham. Ham is the land that God gave to the children of Ham. It even said in the Bible, you were sold and dwelt in the land of Ham. He didn't say the land of Africa. He said the land of Ham. So my whole point is doing this is to show you, Israel, how great you are. And don't diminish yourself for other people. Look at this person in the chat box. They don't have to be here. Look at this woman. This woman in my chat box trying to talk to me about something I'm not trying to hear. I'm here to encourage my people. I don't want to talk to her. Why is she here? Because I sparked something inside of her. Because when you speak the truth, their feelings get involved. Because I told you, you great, and there is nobody like you. I elevated you above all people. They don't like that. They want to say we all the same. We not all the same. They want to say we all black. So they want to say we have one blood. Yeah, it's red, but your DNA is not like mine. There is nobody like you, Black Americans, who are Israelites. There is nobody like the 12 tribes of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth. There is nobody like you, man. You want me to prove it to you? This description, then I'm out of here. If y'all got any questions, I'll stick around for y'all questions. I want to read something to y'all to show you ain't nobody like you. And this coming from the mouth of God. So this woman in the comment section, I don't know why you crying. Like, get out of my comment box, man, and go somewhere. Because I don't like, most certainly disrespecting no woman. So I ain't going to go back and forth with you. But you ain't got to be here, man. If you're an African, go enjoy Africa. Leave me alone. Go home and enjoy your people. You ain't got to be here talking to KJ. Come on now. I'm talking to Black Americans over here and the rest of my brothers and sisters scattered to the four corners of the earth. You ain't here bothering KJ. Come on now. Leave me alone. If I tell YouTube on you for harassment. All right, family. This is 2 Samuel. I want to show you how great you are. Boy, I'm so inspired and so uplifted from Black Americans and all the stuff I see our people do. All the great things. The most important thing that I love that I'm seeing is the unity that's being displayed across the internet and just in society. As our people just moving differently. I don't see all that fighting and scratching and I don't see all that no more. I don't see all that no more. I see a lot of admiration for one another now. You know what I'm saying? Encouragement, uplifting. All right, this is 2 Samuel chapter 7 and verse 23. And this is what Moses said. I want y'all to listen to this. This is verse 23. It say, and what one nation in the earth is like thy people? And what one nation in the earth is like thy people? And what one nation in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel. Now, why are you going to diminish yourself? When Moses just asked God, what one nation in the earth is like your people Israel? This is what Moses asked. Why Moses didn't just say we all the same? Let me go and get her out of here. Let me ban her from my, you banned, block. That's how you do it. Talking too much. Okay, I want y'all to hear this again. It say, verse 23, and what one nation in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel, whom God went to redeem from a people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you great things and terrible, for thy land, and for thy people, which thou redeemest to thee from Egypt, from the nations and their gods. He say, what one nation is like your people Israel? So why are you going to diminish yourself when Moses is even asking God, who is like your people Israel? The answer is nobody. Nobody. Don't ever diminish yourself for the sake of making other people feel good about themselves. It's their family's job to encourage their nation, just like it's our job to encourage our nation. Chinese don't encourage Americans. Russia don't encourage Americans. Arabs don't encourage the people in America. Arabs encourage Arabs. Iran encourage Iranians, and so forth and so on. Everybody within their nation is there to build up that nation and to encourage that nation and to talk about how great that nation is. But when it comes to you, they got to diminish you. They got to bring up you don't have no culture. You don't know your language. You don't know what land you come from. What that got to do with what you built here? What do that got to do with what you built here? Because if you don't have no culture, why your culture is the standard of the world? Why you mimic all over the world? Evidently, you got some put in place, which is called culture, to define who you are as a people. I need to know. I don't have to diminish Ham to uplift you because you so great. I don't got to diminish nobody else. Y'all see that? I'm not speaking negative on Ham. I'm speaking on the fact what Ham do on the internet. How many times I didn't say that Ham got a right to exist? Ham got the right to enjoy his land. Ham have the right to enjoy his people. But why do Ham, the Africans that do this, why do they have to diminish you if they so great? You got to stop comparing yourself to people you greater than. So now you see all these people making videos talking about Black Americans not better than nobody. We all the same. No, we not. You are greater than all people. And I'm going to keep saying it. I say it in the room. I say it on the podcast. I say it on TV. There is nobody like you. I'm the wrong one to put on the interview. And my people will tell you that. Don't put me on TV. I'm going to say everything that the person don't supposed to say. They're going to cut the camera on me. Cut. Hey, cut. Man, cut, man. Get them out of there. This is not going to stop, y'all. I just want y'all to know before I go. This is not going to stop. Ham is going to continue to do what he do, but I wanted to come speak life into my people because y'all speak life into you. Even in the midst of y'all punishing us, he still speak life into us. Don't y'all know when you read the Bible, Yah is going to always tell you that he was angry with you, but he's going to always have an open door for you to come back, and he's going to always remind you the love that he has for you. Nobody else on this earth love you like Yah, family, and nobody on this earth is going to love you the way you should love each other. Nobody's going to go outside their way to extend a hand to you, Israel. We have no allies, family. We have enemies. Because they make themselves enemies and not allies. We are the only people, we never diminish other people to make ourselves feel good. But other people diminish us to make themselves feel good. Now you got Hispanics because Cardi B said that we owe Black Americans a lot of credit for us being able to come over here to America and make a life. Hispanics making videos mad at Cardi B because what she said. Talking about are they the same Black Americans who stood on the sideline? Let me tell you Hispanics something. It's not Black American jobs to fight for you. It's your job to fight for you. It's not our job to fight for Somalians. It's your job to fight for Somalians. And it's not our job to fight for Ham. It's your job to fight for you, Ham. And it's our job to fight for our people. See, everybody want to use Black Americans' bodies. They don't want their struggle, though. But they want the rewards. They want the essence. They want the culture. I heard an Asian man say, somebody asked him, why are you appropriating Black culture? Guess what the Asian man say? Man, that culture don't just belong to them. It belongs to everybody. Why don't y'all stupid you sound? You don't tell somebody what they culture, who it belongs to, and where it represents, boy. I can't tell a Chinese, hey, this ain't just y'all culture. This is everybody's culture. Can't tell the Asians that. But you're going to say our culture is just not our culture no more. It belongs to the world. Boy, you sound stupid. But that's what appropriation to do. It'll make you not think straight. Now, I know there's a lot going on in the world, but I touch on different topics. I go from the Bible to me just coming on, just give me commentary and logical sense, speaking my mind and speaking life into my people, that you, Israel, is the salt of the earth. You, Israel, is the standard of the world. You, Israel, created a culture within a culture, even in captivity. And your ancestors, off the shoulders of them, the blood, sweat, and tears that they had to go through in order for us to stand here today. Let us not ever diminish our ancestors. Let's always acknowledge them, respect them, and understand what they had to go through is why we stand here today through the spirit of Yah and through his comeliness and his continence. It's not by our own doing. Yah, the great I am, the great Elohim in faith in Yahshua, is the reason why we proclaim boldly they not like us. Do anybody have any questions before I go? I love y'all with the pure heart. Thank y'all for all y'all prayers, everything. Thank y'all for rocking with y'all brother K. Judah. Thank y'all for helping me reach 7,000 subscribers. And I want to say, let's help my beloved Elder Barrel Walk reach 1,000. He almost there. It's not about the views or the numbers, but we do appreciate, because we do want people to hear the word that is being spoken. If anybody tell you they don't, they lying. That's why we here. We want people to hear the truth. To all my Israelite brothers and sisters scattered to the four corners of the earth, even though I spoke on Black Americans today, this is not to diminish you in no way. You still are people. But I got to speak to my people here because I'm here. But I love y'all. I'm speaking to all the 12 tribes. I pray that the Most High continue to bless y'all, my brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa, all the Israelites there. I pray for y'all that the Most High will continue to bless y'all, all our people in the UK, all our people in Latin America, all our people in I'm talking about just in China, in Russia, in Vietnam. Like we got so in Guam, we got people everywhere. All our people in the Middle East. I am praying for all 12 tribes of Israel. That's my job, to uplift my people, because we the only ones that can do it. We are being towed down all over social media, but we're going to stand for our people. And I don't have to speak to everything, because this been going on for a long time, y'all. And I never did a video like this where I'm just really addressing these Hamites. But I'm going to address you as I just did, in a way to where I don't have to diminish you to get my point across, because I'm not disrespecting you. But if you disrespect me, I can get real nasty and disrespectful, because that's the only thing y'all understand. Sometimes you got to match your energy. But we're not going to sit back and tolerate no disrespect from no people, because if you want respect, you got to give it. And if you ain't going to get it, don't look for it. All right, y'all, man. I love y'all with a pure heart. Big salute to the mighty nation of Israel. Keep Sister Didi in your prayers as well. As the Moni Israel, I am waiting on response from them. They did get hit in the area. Oh, okay. Yeah, we praying for them already. Praying for my sister Didi. We got you, my sister. Praying for our people in Dimona, all our elders, all our people there. We praying for y'all over there in the Middle East, in the Levant. Family, Didi did another great video. I'm about to get ready to slide over here with Elder Bro Tim. I know he got a great video that he about to do at 8 o'clock. So I love y'all. I thank y'all. Peace and blessings to y'all. Remember, Israel, who you are. When you look in that mirror, remember who you are. You are the sons and daughters of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You are the sons and daughters of our Elohim, the Most High Yahweh. You are the sons and daughters of Yahshua HaMashiach, our King. Don't ever, 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 ever diminish yourself in no room so other people can feel comfortable. You walk with boldness. Walk with boldness, with your head up and not down, because nobody would never do that for you. Peace and blessings, family. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Shalom.
The shadows creep, the winds grow thin. The heart feels heavy where to begin. Oh yeah, we stumble, oh yeah, we fall. Your name's the answer to it all. Oh, save us, yeah, save us now from the hour of temptation. Show us how, lift us up, don't let us drown. Save us, yeah, save us now. Oh. Save us now. The path is narrow, the fire's near. The whispers echo, they spark the fear. Yeah. But your light steady, your words the flame. Whoa. Oh yeah, we call upon your name. Oh, every step feels like a trial, but you've been with us all the while. Save us, yeah, save us now from the hour of temptation. Show us how, lift us up, don't let us drown. Save us, yeah, save us now. Oh, oh, when the walls closing, when the night won't fade, when the soul feels low, and the heart's afraid, you're the rock, the shield, the guiding star. Oh yeah, we know you'll never fall. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Save us now. Save us, yeah. Save us, yeah. Save us, yeah. Save us now. Oh, yeah. Save us now.
Didi, you are cold. You and Sister Eve with these videos, y'all are cold. This was beautiful, Didi. Man, Didi, that was beautiful, my sister. I know Elder Bro Tim gonna play it tonight, but that right there was beautiful, my sister. And I'm keeping you in my prayers. I love my sister Didi. Praying for you, your family, and whatever it is, my sister, I'm already speaking. The situation is done. It's already taken care of. Y'all gonna handle it. Y'all sure gonna handle it. So we praying for our sister Didi, and thank y'all for participating in this session with your brother K. Judah. Let's get it. In the words of my beloved sister August Dream. Thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with your brother K. Judah, the CUC family. Big salute to my brother Sharshan. Salute to Elder Barrel Walk, the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology. We're going to get you to that 1,000 too, Elder. And also Elder Bro Tim, who about to go live. Not live, he about to premiere at 8 p.m. So we're going to slide through and support Elder Bro Tim. And all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat, the mighty nation of Israel, the only nation that Yah and Yahshua has ever known. Let's get it. And your brother K. Judah, Mr. Michael Jackson Bad with the scriptures, want to say, Shalom, family, and look up, for your redemption draw nigh. Your king is coming, Yahshua HaMashiach. Blessings.